Till now we have seen balanced problem related to transportation. We have tried three methods and also we have applied Modi method for optimal checking or test of optimality. Now we'll see what is an unbalanced problem. So as we have discussed, we have solved the problem which was a balanced problem. Now we'll check with unbalanced transportation problem. So what unbalanced transportation problem indicates is when the demand and supply are not equal. That means supply may be more or demand may be more. So in that event, we will call that as unbalanced transportation problem. So here we will take an unbalanced transportation problem and try to solve that. How we are going to solve this unbalanced transportation problem? Here we are taking a problem with 3 factories and 4 warehouses where we have to supply material from these 3 factories to 4 warehouses, and the supply put together from all the 3 factories is 260 units, and the requirement at various warehouses put together is 210, and the costs associated for transporting from one factory to each warehouse is given in the problem. We'll see that, and then but how to go about this? So what we need to do is we have to convert this problem into a balanced problem, and then we have to solve as usual. We may apply the least cost method or Vogel's approximation method. Usually we don't prefer to apply northwest corner method because it is not a scientific method, and at the same time it will result in higher cost. So that is the reason this problem will try through 2 methods, both least cost method as well as the Vogel's approximation method, and we'll find out the total cost of transportation. But how we are going to convert this into a balanced problem? What it as we know that when the total demand and supply is equal, then it is a balanced problem. So now what we will do in this problem is we will convert this into a balanced problem by adding one dummy column known as WD. Anyhow, first we will see this problem, then we convert that into a balanced problem. Now these are the supplies from 3 factories. Put together it is 260, and now we have the demand. At W1 it is 40, at W2 50, at W3 30, at W4 90. All put together actually 210. The cost associated with W1, W2, W3, W4 are given like this. So if supply is more, then we have to create a column, extra column. But in case demand is more, then we have to create one dummy row. But we are checking this for only dummy column. That means actually here you find 260 is supplied from 3 factories where there is a demand of 210 units from 210 units required at W1, W2, W3, W4 put together. So there is a gap of 50 units. So we assume that there is a dummy warehouse WD whose cost will be zero transportation. Actually we are not going to transport units from factory 1 or factory 2 or factory 3. They will remain there only, which we assume that to be a dummy warehouse. So we will convert this into a balanced problem. Now we will convert this unbalanced problem into a balanced problem and we will solve it using balanced method, using VAM method. So as we have discussed, we will create a dummy column for the excess units, that is 50 units to be allocated for that dummy column. So we will take the same problem, but with one exception, that what we will do is we will create a dummy column. That dummy column we call that as WD, and the WD or that dummy column will absorb those excess units. That means we are going to allocate those excess units to the dummy column, that is WD. So for this we are taking the same values what was given in the problem, unbalanced problem. Now by introducing this dummy column, we have made this problem balanced, and rest of the procedure will be same or as usual. So we'll make the allocation following the same procedure. Just we'll see in the VAM method, as we have done earlier, we will take penalties, that is row penalties and column penalties. So wherever the highest penalty is occurring, we are going to make allocation in that respective row or column. If a highest penalty occurs for any row, that row has to be allocated. But there we have to see whichever is the lowest cost that is occurring, there we have to make allocation. and if the highest penalty occurs in column, then we have to make allocation into that column wherever the lowest cost occurs. So here